Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Crawford, and I am here to say happy 420 to everyone on this Monday. Monday is not the greatest day in the world for most people, but you never know. Maybe you're having a good one, and I sure hope that's true. But for those of you who need a nice 420 break with me, let's do it. I've got my mighty. Hopefully, you've got yours. I just did like I don't know, you might call it something shady, like the shadiest thing, not really. But this week, I'm planning to go live every day on my channel. Today it's 420, but all the rest of the week, it's going to be at like 4 o'clock to promote my new podcast with my husband called Keep Growing. So if you're interested in that, have a look on the channel here under podcasts, and you will see my new episode with my husband. We recorded it just a night or two ago here in the same space. And unfortunately, we had some mic issues. So it was on the sound. I mean, I know, right? For a podcast, you don't want to have sound issues, but we kind of did. I think it's listenable. We're going to do better next time, people. And there's a lesson to be learned in this from homemade health, if you ask me. And that is that, practice makes progress. And we're stopping thinking about perfection at all. Would I have loved to come out with some amazing podcast, the first episode and everything, and have magically turned into a amazing podcast producer overnight? Sure, that would have been awesome. Is that likely? No, it's really not that likely, especially when you don't even have the ability to be a podcaster, a sound editor yet. Oh no, my mighty is out. Let's see what we have in the magic bag. Wow, I'm a little late for 420 now. That's a bummer. Well, I hope that you've been consuming the right amount of cannabis for you. And if that involves smoking, that's one thing. If it involves dry herb vaporizing, that's another. I got a really good question here on my channel. Oh, good. Relaxing indica, just what I needed. And let's see if mommy has a lighter. I just got a question on my channel from somebody who wanted to find out if dry herb vaporizing would harm their lungs. And I said, you know what? Let's be totally honest with you. If you're looking for a way to consume cannabis without even harming your lungs at all, the best way to do that would be with a regimen that doesn't even involve smoking or inhaling anything. Okay, we're gonna go with these Lowell smokes. I don't know if you've seen these amazing things. And then the secondly to that, okay, before I get into my smokes, secondly, to doing a regimen with cannabis that doesn't even involve inhaling, for example, tinctures. A lot of people use gummies. Topicals might be the solution, or we might be looking at suppositories. It depends on where you want the cannabis to go, what you want it to do for you, and why you're avoiding inhaling. However, his question was on my video entitled medical, why medical patients should consider dry herb vaporizing, because smoking, which I'm about to do, is not as great as dry herb vaporizing for a lot of reasons. It produces a lot of carcinogens, you know what I mean, the smoke of it all. Granted, cannabis is like so healthy for you as a medicine that you can kind of like not be too worried about all of those carcinogens, because people haven't been known to get cancer from cannabis. Inhaled as smoke, because the cannabinoids tend to improve your health in general. So, a dry herb vaporizer like this one, the Mighty by Stores and Bickle, is something that I always recommend because it is a medical grade device in other countries besides the United States, like Germany and Israel, and can really help improve lung function in people who need to treat their lungs with cannabis without subjecting their lungs to smoke, the smoke of this. So I have to say, as a dry herb vaporizer, the taste of smoke doesn't appeal to me very much. However, I do notice that, smoking, because of its extra, the additive nature of what's in smoke, it does kind of make you feel a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say high, because high is not the right word. I would say stoned is the right word. there's an effect of just the smoke itself and being a little bit lightheaded from that that you don't get from dry herb vaporizing because the vapor doesn't provide that sort of toxic effect. Right? Okay. So happy 420, everyone. Just prior to this, I was sending out an email that was announcing the Keep Growing podcast that Kobe and I just filmed in here just the other night, as a duo, and it was so fun to finally like have Kobe on my show or to do a show together with him because, well, we are life partners and teammates, and I enjoy doing like everything with him. So, growing cannabis, living lives, being parents together. Of course, I'm going to enjoy podcasting with my husband as well. And it was a really fun episode. We just came I we film in this studio spaces in our basement, and we came down here after everybody was asleep. We have a little people, and it was midnight. Everyone's eyes are really tired. I know it's a cannabis show, and maybe you think I'm super high, but really I'm just tired because it's like almost 1 in the morning when we were filming this podcast. And then unfortunately, our mics went out differently. Like at first, my mic was too hot, and I was touching it, and there's all these sounds because I put it like right here on my Rep Your State of Mind hoodie. Hello. If you don't know, I am the CEO and founder of Rep Your State of Mind, a cannabis apparel brand for people who advocate for cannabis lifestyles like me. It's a wonderful way for you to represent your love of the plant and your love of its legality in your location. If you are not living in a location where it's legal yet, this could be a way for you to, openly acknowledge that you would vote that way, which is important for people to know. And furthermore, Rep Your State of Mind purchases support Americans for Safe Access, which supports patients' rights here in America, and NORMAL, which supports marijuana law reform. So if you want to check out repyourstateofmind.com and get some rad merch there, it supports the channel and it supports the movement, right? Join the pot army. Let's go. Let's go. And I know my cousins in the Philippines and my friends, they're going to be like, where's our shirt, Michelle? It's coming. It's coming. I have a lot of work to do here, people. My episode with Kobe was so fun. We told stories from our cannabis lives that nobody knows, that you guys would be shocked to hear, I think, about my changing attitudes towards cannabis over the years. And I think it's really hilarious to have somebody with me on camera that knows me so well and has all my same stories and reminds me of, things that happen that I don't always remember, or maybe wouldn't want to remember that way, but they did happen. The purpose of the podcast, Keep Growing, is really about cannabis growing this summer. We want to share all of our tips and tricks that we've learned as indoor and outdoor cannabis growers here in legal California, where it's beautiful to grow cannabis indoors and out, with you. Because I feel like there is a dearth of cannabis growing information around just home gardening. And I know that there is a lot of need for people to learn more from other people and form communities around growing this beautiful plant at home, fearlessly and legally and confidently in your lives, in your homes, in your backyards across America. We need to legalize this, normalize this, destigmatize this, and represent what the lifestyle that we want to live. Okay. And it's not weird at all. Yeah. I mean, it's been the plant itself has been prohibited. It has been maligned. It has been slandered. Its reputation has hung by a thread. And yet everybody still acknowledges its healing powers. And here we are on the other side of prohibition finally. And I'm looking forward to re-legalization everywhere. And I'm doing my part to, lift the movement, and then in homemade health, reteach in the modern way the medicine making skills and arts that we have lost when it comes to this herb. I have spent the last few years being a cannabis gardener with my husband, which has led to us having abundant flower for me to DIY with, for which I am abundantly grateful. because it has brought me to a place. You know how they say abundant thinking? Well, it's real. Abundant thinking, having abundance, it gives you great creativity, it gives you many gifts and blessings. And one of the blessings of having abundant cannabis has been for me is letting me expand my DIY lifestyle and my skills to a point where I feel like, sharing with the world. And it's been so successful for the past year for me to share everything I've learned with my over 50 students who have taken homemade health with me. Thank you so much. All of my students who have put their trust in me, who have helped me to grow my business, and who have allowed me to guide them in their DIY journeys to great success. I hope you check out my channel. I have video after video of testimonials from my students whose lives have been utterly changed. I mean, beyond even my ability to have, envisioned. Sometimes when you start something, you just don't even realize how big and important and impactful your efforts are going to be. And believe me, I didn't really know, and now that I know more, it's just more motivation to keep going forward, to keep helping people have better and better lives sustainably, affordably, confidently, making their own medicines at home with cannabis, growing your own cannabis garden. It's the dream. It's the dream of the salsa gardener. It's the dream of the jam maker. It's the dream of the homesteader. It's the dream of the herbalist. It's the dream to be healthy and to feel good and to approach life from a more grounded place of pretty much everybody. And one of the most exciting and thrilling things that has come out of my work for the past year in this class has been when students have told me that not only are they like physically healthier, but mentally and spiritually, they feel like they're on a better footing for life now. That work that they've been trying to do with their therapists has reached new levels because of their groundedness, their stability, their emotional, mental, and physical well-being, so supported by their consistent cannabis medicinal use. I can't say enough about what it means to achieve that in your life, and for me to have any part of it whatsoever for another person is a miracle. And that's what I call my graduates, miracle makers. It's not just a club. It's a real thing that you can be and that I can be when we allow our magic to flow out of us and into the world. When we pour into ourselves enough that our cup overflows, and then we have so much to give to our communities around us. So if you need to pour into your cup, if you need to become a kitchen witch with me, and you need to learn how to make your own cannabis medicines so that your life can be healthier, more grounded, and you need to get that work done that you need to do so that you can do the miracles that you are here on earth to do, join Homemade Health. If you think cannabis is the way forward, and I can tell you right now, it's a big help. You don't need cannabis. This is something that I'm super interested in telling people. Isn't this funny? It's a big help, but you know what? You don't need it if you're able to live a very healthy lifestyle, by which I mean movement, diet, and stressfulness of your environment, of your emotions, and of your days needs to be low. You need to be moving every day in a joyful way that you like. Dancing and singing are actually clinically proven to help your endocannabinoid system. You need to be eating right. All of that and mindfulness needs to be a part of your day. Meditation, journeying, all of these things. If you were leading that kind of lifestyle, I would say more power to you. You probably don't need cannabis. Who's leading that lifestyle? How are you going to get there? I'll tell you this. I've been watching a guy named Ryan Sprague. He's also a cannabis health coach. I'm super impressed with him. He's a little bit younger and a little bit more for the bros, but I love that. I think that's great because you have to have each person is going to resonate with a different person. You know what I mean? You're never going to say, the person that likes Ryan is probably not also going to want to work with me, or maybe they will. You know what I mean? But I always encourage everybody to do their own thing and to put it out there into the world because I know for a fact that people are going to resonate with you once you start putting out your vibe. You know what I mean? It's true. So Ryan's out there in the world, and he often says stuff like, you don't need cannabis, but it's great to have it because then you can use it, especially THC-based cannabis, and check into your joy, check into your euphoria, check into your felt sense of when your body's endocannabinoid system is supported and optimized, when you are full of little anandamide bliss molecule facsimiles in the shape of THC running around your body and, connecting with all of your endocannabinoid receptors and making your homeostasis actually work. When you get in touch with that, even temporarily through using cannabis, at least it's a touchstone to where your balance point is, so that maybe in your regular life, you can work closer and closer to that. What a concept. So, like I said, isn't it weird? You don't need cannabis, but it's such a great shortcut and it really works that it can help you get more in touch with that person that you are inside and haven't been for a while due to stress of both, emotional and environmental, due to bad diet, due to lack of exercise and movement, or maybe being locked down for, 2 years, stuff like that, you know, stuff like that. So I think it's hard to live like a monk, the chanting and the praying every day and the singing and the good exercise. Most people are not living like that, and so have a much less chance of being able to develop that kind of lifestyle for themselves. Okay. Well, we've been on for about 15 minutes and my joint is almost done. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I hate to spring these lives on people, but sometimes it happens. You just run out of time in the day. So I hope you enjoy Kobe and my new podcast, Keep Growing. I promise that episode 2 will have probably much better sound than episode 1. Little progress, little things we're going to do to improve as we move through the summer and get better. And for you, as a would-be DIYer, if you're interested in learning homemade health from me, how to make your own tinctures, topicals, concentrates, and more with a rad community and a guide, teacher, an expert in cannabis DIYing, join us. I'm Michelle Crawford, and you can find me at Canna Curious Coaching, cannacuriouscoaching.com. Or if that's too hard for you to remember, and honestly, it's so hard for a lot of people, guess what? I have a new cool redirect, michellecrawfordcoaching.com. Much easier to remember, take you right to Canna Curious Coaching. And when you get there, check out Homemade Health and press the button for Homemade Health under services, because I think you're going to want to learn more about it and why you might want to join. It's starting up again, our spring class. We're on the quarter system. We offer classes 3 times a year in winter, spring, and fall. Just like a regular college, we take summers and winters and a little spring break off. So, and enrollment is rolling. Applications are accepted on a rolling admissions basis. So join anytime, and we're starting our next class live, something that is missing from a lot of classes, in May 12th. I'll see you here tomorrow at 3 p.m. And we'll be talking about concentrates. As a matter of fact, all about concentrates, how I like to call vanilla extract. It's as easy as making vanilla extract, and how concentrates are made matters. We're going to talk a little bit about distillates and why or why not you should either use them or avoid them, and a little bit of some really interesting tips and tricks on making your own concentrates with the Source Turbo by Extract Craft that I've learned from being a DIYer myself and teaching a class on that machine. So if you're interested in that, join me here every day at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern live. All right. Thank you so much. It was so great hanging out. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.